Welcome back to the Toilet Talk with Terry 21. This episode's question is, what is something that is popular right now, but we will look back on in 5 years and be embarrassed by? If you ask me, that's probably wearing COVID masks in public everywhere you go. It might seem very normal now, but I assure you in 2025 or 2026, we're going to be looking back and we're going to be embarrassed. One thing that was really popular more than 10 years ago that I look back on now and am embarrassed by is silly bands. Y'all remember silly bands? I mean, I used to love them, but would I wear them today? No. Maybe 5 years from now, men will be embarrassed by wearing ripped jeans. Who knows? Because, I mean, come on. Everybody has something that's popular when it's popular, but then 5 years or more later, they look back and are very embarrassed. And not just things that are popular, but things that they do, things that they say, things that they say but shouldn't have said or shouldn't say. Anything, you name it. Everybody has personal things like that. Let's put it this way. My personal embarrassment that I look back on now is when I was in 2nd grade and I farted in the classroom, and then in 4th grade when I farted in the gym in the middle of an assembly. Everybody heard it. But that's the bottom line. We all do things that we're not embarrassed by in the heat of the moment, but then later, whether it's 5 or 10 years or even maybe 5 minutes, we look back and we're like, okay, that was really embarrassing. Everybody has that. It doesn't matter what age you are. That will happen your entire life, so you better get used to it. The worst kind of embarrassment that comes back to you those years later is when you don't remember it happening, but then somebody either tells you the story because they remember it or they remind you of it. For example, my Nana tells me, it's even embarrassing enough that I'm sharing this, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's hilarious. Y'all will probably think it's so funny. She tells me that when I was a baby, I used to crawl on 3 legs instead of 4. She said that she thought that was the funniest thing ever because I looked like a tripod. Yeah, I know. Weird. Another instance from my childhood that adults in my life who were around me the whole time my parents raised me, off and on, Sunday at church, etc., etc., they still remind me of it to this day, and it's kind of embarrassing to talk about. More funny than embarrassing, but still a little bit embarrassing. When I was little, 3 or 4 years old, I don't remember the age, I was singing with the little children's choir. I was singing, well, I wasn't really singing because I was 3 or 4, but I was on stage with the little children's choir at my church, which was awful, by the way. I look up and I see a microphone right above my head. Any normal kid would have just said, okay, a microphone, or wouldn't have even noticed it. But I noticed it immediately. My Asperger's syndrome self looks up. And I think to myself, if I could jump high enough, I can catch the microphone. I can touch it. You know how when you were a kid, you saw something that was really high and you wanted to challenge yourself to touch it, to be a show-off in front of the other kids? Well, that's what I thought I could do with that microphone when I was supposed to be singing with the other kids. The whole church congregation was watching. And as they were watching, I jumped for the microphone and I tried to touch it. My fingertip actually touches it. And when my fingertip touches it, I grab onto it. But is it sturdy enough to hold me? No. I'm swinging off of it, next thing I know. And then the next thing that I know, after that, I lose balance, I fall, and next thing I know, I'm falling, and the next thing I know, I'm tumbling down the steps, off the stage. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor, not knowing if the microphone is about to hit me in the head or not, but then I look up, and I see that somebody who was sitting on the front row has saved me from getting in the head and getting a concussion from a microphone. Next thing I knew, I was hanging from the microphone like a monkey hanging from a tree. I'm serious. It was so scary. I wasn't even hanging from it for a split second, y'all. Whew. Oh, I'm so thankful that somebody was able to sweep in and save me from that microphone. Hit me in the head and giving me a concussion that probably would have lasted a lifetime. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. Thankful for that, but it's still embarrassing. And I know that there's a lot of things that are popular now that we're going to look back on and be embarrassed by. That's the bottom line. Well, every time I start to feel embarrassed by that, I always remind myself, well, at least be thankful that you don't have a concussion. Which leads me into our next topic. As next week is Thanksgiving, the next episode's question will be, what is the weirdest thing you are thankful for? Think about that, guys. And in the meantime, don't forget to click subscribe for more content. What's to come next will be amazing. You don't want to miss it? All right, take care. See y'all on Thanksgiving.